There's a moment, just before the sun breaks over the horizon, when everything is still. Not the kind of stillness that comes from absence, but the kind that hums with presence. It's not silence because nothing is happening. It's silence because everything is possible. That's the kind of silence I'm talking about. The kind that isn't empty at all. It's full. Full of answers, full of breath, full of truth. I used to think silence was scary. I used to fill every space with noise. Music in the car, podcasts while I cooked, white noise machines just so my dreams wouldn't feel too quiet. Noise became my armor, my distraction, my escape. But the louder the world got, the quieter something inside me became. And I didn't even realize it was fading until one day, I couldn't hear myself anymore. Started small. A feeling like I was living someone else's life. Like I was moving through the motions without really knowing why. Decisions felt heavy, relationships felt distant, and joy felt occasional. Like a guest who only visits once in a while and never stays long enough. I tried everything: therapy, journaling, self-help books, even yoga. All good things. But none of them gave me back what I had lost. Me. My voice. My clarity. And then one afternoon, I sat down on my porch with nothing but a cup of tea and nowhere to be. No phone. No distractions. Just me and the breeze. And for the first time in years, I didn't try to fix anything. Just listened. To the birds. To the rustle of leaves. To my own breath. And in that stillness, something shifted. Not dramatically. Not with fireworks or epiphanies. Just a gentle, internal realignment. As if my soul remembered how to breathe again. That was the beginning of my meditation practice. Not the kind you see on Instagram with candles and crystals and perfect lighting. Just sitting. Breathing. Being. Sometimes 5 minutes. Sometimes 20. Some days I'd sit and cry. Other days I'd fall asleep. Most days I'd just watch my thoughts pass by like clouds. But slowly, almost imperceptibly, I began to remember who I was. Meditation didn't give me answers right away. In fact, at first it gave me more questions. Why am I doing this? What do I really want? Am I happy? Am I even present in my own life? But here's the thing. Those questions weren't burdens, they were invitations. Invitations to look inward, to listen deeply, and to stop running from the parts of myself I didn't understand. And as I kept showing up to that silence, I realized something profound. The answers we spend our lives chasing, they're not out there. They're in here. In the quiet spaces between our thoughts, in the pauses between our breaths, in the moments when we stop trying to be someone and simply allow ourselves to be. Silence isn't empty. It's full. Full of healing. Full of wisdom. Full of peace. Now, I'm not saying silence will fix everything. Life still hurts. People still disappoint. Loss still stings. But silence teaches us how to hold it all. Not by numbing the pain, but by giving us the strength to face it. Because when you learn how to sit with yourself, you learn how to sit with your sadness, your fear, your joy, your longing. You learn how to be with whatever arises, without needing to escape it. And maybe that's the greatest gift of all. The ability to be with ourselves exactly as we are, in all our messy, imperfect, beautiful humanity. Because when you can do that, when you can truly be with yourself, you start to heal. Not because the silence erases your pain, but because it teaches you how to hold it differently. I've come to believe that silence is sacred. Not because it's religious or spiritual, but because it's honest. Doesn't promise miracles. It doesn't demand perfection. Just asks you to show up. As you are. With all your doubts, your fears, your hopes, your questions. And in return, it gives you something rare and precious. A chance to remember who you really are beneath the noise. So if you're feeling lost, if you're feeling overwhelmed, If you're feeling like you've forgotten your own voice, don't run from the silence. Step into it. Let it hold you. Let it teach you. Let it remind you that you don't have to figure everything out. You just have to breathe. Just be. And in that stillness, the answers will find you. Because silence isn't empty. It's full of answers. The world is loud. Meditation is how we hear ourselves again. Don't fear the quiet. That's where you find your truth.